Hello honeys, I've collected all 28 exclusive Swing Rock Coords featuring the mobile game Aikatsu Photo on stage, and I put them all together for you. Enjoy! 28 Union Circle. This is a little inconvenient for a grunge-inspired brand, but the distressed tights in Union Circle are incredibly ugly to me. I know they're circular cutouts to mirror the circular flag in the t-shirt, and there are other distressed details in the sleeves and shorts, but the repetitive cutouts take it too far for me. 27 Super Rock Guide. Super Rock Guide is down here for being a very busy design. The noisy microphone cord texture definitely isn't helping. I like the asymmetrical stockings and the concept is cool, but there's too much going on in the bodice. The visual flow is completely torn apart by that distracting light blue peplum and neck ribbon. 26 Rocky Bat. Although it is more streamlined, I wouldn't consider Rocky Bat to be a huge improvement. Red and orange are tricky colors to balance and they haven't pulled it off for me. I like the shapes of the pieces and the simpler details help the mixed patterns look cohesive. They just could have leaned more into purples instead of the blue and red here. 25 Dark Rock Chocolate. We're back to my old enemy, the Brown Valentine's Photokatsu set with Dark Rock Chocolate. We have the same color palette issue here. Brown is just desaturated orange, so the red and blue still aren't working with it. The cut of the pieces is cute if a little generic, and there is some interesting layering in the boots. 24 Cool Guide Lady. Cool Guide Lady's biggest flaw is the diagonal stripe in the skirt. Every other prominent line except a tiny stripe above the belt is arranged horizontally or vertically, so the diagonal stripes are completely unsupported in the visual flow and look out of place. Very unfortunate since customizing used tour guide uniform is a cute idea. 23 Ice Magic. I am sorry to Ice Magic because it is very cohesive, but the plaid mini fedora cowboy hat hybrid is so strange to me. The mix of textures is also a little weird. The top is fine, but the skirt mixes tight pleating, loose ruffle, the fluffy underskirt, and a leather overskirt. I might like it if it had time to grow on me more. 22 Chain Quintet. Chain Quintet is barely a swing rock design. I believe it's part of a Dream Academy set in the game and only really adds swing rock in the sneaker-esque boots and leather sleeves. The use of mesh in the boots and bodice are interesting, but not enough to read as branded. Cute colors though. 21 Union Pink Keyboard. Union Pink Keyboard is closer to being on brand, but I'm not sure about the fluffy skirt trim. I love fluffy, don't get me wrong, but it's not a texture I associate with rock and roll or grunge or punk. The fuzzy gloves are a little closer, but also kind of unhinged. I do like the retro color scheme. This is a pretty safe design overall. 20 Rockin' Marine Summer. If this was a full costume design and not just a swimsuit, Rockin' Marine Summer could have gotten a higher place for its nautical motifs, because I'm biased. But with so little actual material here, I've left it lower. I really like where they were going with the high contrast palette and mix of sharp versus organic shapes in the layering. 19 Red Notes. Red Notes is a pair dress with Noelle, which is why it references the Dream Academy school dresses so heavily. I like the asymmetry in the color blocking and the silhouette is very sleek. It's not reading as super branded to me, so it can't go much higher than this, but I do like it. 18 Red Valentine's Day. I also like Red Valentine's Day. It's more branded, but also potentially too cute. I know that's the point since it's a Valentine's Day outfit, but the heart-shaped neckline goes a bit too far from Swing Rock's usual motifs in my opinion. I appreciate the consistency in the stripes between the bodice and stockings, but I want more theming. 17 Cemetery Rock. Cemetery Rock gives me theming. I do think it's ugly, but it's cohesive and fun, so I let it get almost halfway up the list. I don't like stripes that much, and there are so many stripes here. It has the decency to use black rather than brown as a neutral, but it also pulls that ugly silver overskirt over the whole thing. Lots to question here. 16 Vivid Check. I hope someone out there really loves Vivid Check. I don't, but the yukata sleeves are genuinely very cool. The bodice is way too busy for me, but it has some interesting layering and objectively isn't that bad. They contrast it well with the more open design of the skirt, which matches the hair ribbon. The asymmetrical socks feel nicely balanced too. 15. Halloween Rock. Halloween Rock is a much safer design, which makes it more palatable for people like me. The overall silhouette is cute if basic, and the bodice does lack detail. But they try to redeem the design in the asymmetrical arm and leg details, and the bold contrast in the palette and graphic patterns are working for me. 14. Twin Swing Star. There's more complexity in Twin Swing Star, although admittedly it is on the busier side. I find it a little funny that it's meant to be an Angel Sugar collab design, but the only hint of that is in the pastel gradient ruffles in the skirt. It's a messy look for sure, but the dominant black and red color blocking hold it together. 13. Rugged Mechanic. If I like steampunk as an aesthetic more, Rugged Mechanic would probably be even higher up. The pageboy hat is unique, and for once the brown leather accents fit in well. It's the purple and blue, they're much better fits than red. The dark trim in each piece adds good depth, and I think they found an elegant way to tie in the musical motifs of the brand. 12. Rock and Shadow. Rock and Shadow is silly and not as elegant, but I think it somehow fits the rock tone a little better. The added aggressive elements in the studs, mesh, and leather make a cute silhouette feel more rebellious. Maybe I also like that it's sparkly and blue too. 11. Denim British. Denim British is definitely more on theme, with only the white base color standing out as a little softer than usual. For once, I have to accept the denim jacket and boots as being pretty accurate to the British punk inspiration, and the plaid is pretty faithful too. It's just a little silly with the pastel musical note print underneath. 10. Piano Rock. I like how dark Piano Rock is in comparison. There's still the youthful elements of the piano key skirt trim and colorful graphic patterns in the tights, but the darker palette definitely feels more mature. There's some visual K influence in the glove lacing and flared boot ruffles, but I think they fit in nicely with the original concept. 9. Rock Kraken Prince. We talked about Rock Kraken Prince in my Christmas coord ranking, but I still like it a lot. The Prince concept is always welcome here, and they create a very bold silhouette with so many cutouts between the crop top, shorts, vest, attached sleeves, and stockings. The mixed patterns are balanced really well, and I like the way blues have been integrated into the traditional Christmas color palette. 8. Rock Present. Rock Present is almost too elegant for this style. The A-line skirt leans way more traditional for aikatsu, but I like it a lot. The limited color palette makes it a very cohesive design, and as a sucker for the Christmas aesthetic, I love the red and green accents. The socks and boots save the swing rock elements for me. They stay very graphic to balance out the skirt. 7. Passiflora Rock. In terms of theming, Passiflora Rock is more dedicated to the punk style. I love the color blocking between the skirt and top especially. The big floral design on the skirt stands out in a really nice way. The bright pink patterns in the top and socks betray a psychedelic influence that's interesting in this context too. 6. Steam Neon. Once again, I'm no steampunk fan, but the silhouette and visual flow of Steam Neon works really well for me. I really like the faux halter top look of the bodice. It has a lot of structure to it that contrasts nicely with the looser skirt. The purple skirt trim isn't great. I wish they'd stuck with teal, navy, and brown. Maybe it's the pose too, but this design feels really dynamic to me. 5. Hard Studs Rock. We're finally getting into the true swing rock aesthetic with Hard Studs Rock. The British motifs are over the top, that giant flag skirt wrap is crazy, and there's something weird going on with the lace socks over the knees. But the leather accents, dark colors, and metallic textures are all what I expect from the brand. 4. Gemini Rock. Gemini Rock is a rare good evolution of a design I already liked. The plaid sections hold up well since they're repeated in each piece for cohesion, and the feather-like scalloped hemline in the skirt's plaid section creates nice visual rhythm with the wings. The other elements like the stripe patterns and rainbow gradient are also well balanced here. 3. Retro Mellow. Retro Mellow is off track from the brand aesthetic, but is so deep in the 70s time period of British punk rock that it deserves some credit. The asymmetry of the design is very impressive, and they found great colors to pair with the leather accents. The little piano key bag is even matched to piano key trim in the pants. 2. Metallic Ensemble. Metallic Ensemble takes the steampunk aesthetic and blends it more convincingly with the brand motifs. The piano key wings are very creative and tie in the more romantic leading blouse and white sock layer. The layering is strong in each piece, even with all the loud colors and varied shapes of each accessory. I don't think it needs the sheer overskirt, but since it's almost completely transparent, I don't find it distracting. 1. Party Scorpion. The ultimate manifestation of Swing Rock is Party Scorpion. It has the leather and the studs and the bold colors. It's dark, it's fun, it's daring. This is a great evolution of another design I already like, and I appreciate how far it's been pushed while still streamlining the cut and patterns to flow well. The main focal point is the guitar, and I like how the red color blocking supports that focus. Let me know your favorite Swing Rock Photokatsu chords in the comments below, and look out for my Otome deep dive in a few weeks. Bye bye!
Thank you! Thank you!